Welcome back, everybody. I do appreciate the chance to get my microphone fixed. We are back with organMike with the Bard's Tale trilogy. So take it away, Mike.
Hello. Thank you very much. Yes, we're not going to do the whole trilogy because we don't have 4 hours. But we are going to do the first game. So I'll give you a little background. This first game, I believe, is 1985. The whole trilogy was from the 80s. So we're going to do Tales of the Unknown. I could do any one of them, but this is the one I actually know as a speedrun. Legacy mode is an interesting thing. We're not going to do any legacy mode, but this game was released in 2018 kind of as a promotional add-on to deal with the Bard's Tale 4, which came out. And they offered these legacy options to play the game like it played in the 80s. We're not going to do any of them. But you can have your individual inventory. Instead, we're going to have a pooled inventory and pooled gold. Differences between the games. They've unified the games. It's the game-specific songs, use unequipped items, all this fun stuff. No, we're not going to be doing that. Full experience requirements. This is a big one. The experience requirements are half what they would be in the original game. As a compensation for that, there are a lot of story fights that we cannot redo. So a lot of story fights, if I were playing in Legacy mode that I would just do over and over and over again to grind experience, I can't. So save at the guild only. We'll be making extensive use of the ability to save anywhere and the quick save option in this game. So yeah. So let's just get this going. Chat, I have an eye on you this time. I'm going to need some names. I got 3 characters to create. I need a rogue, I need a bard, and I need a spellcaster. All right, here we go. And I usually do some dramatic readings, so we don't... I'm in control of the timing, so I don't have to tell you that I don't usually start the timer yet.
Do we have a moment for
The
a
song.
donation?
Oh, absolutely.
We got a donation from Manix86 for $20, reading, "Thank you for that awesome DirectX run, and I can't wait to see your Super Castlevania run tomorrow. Thank you, ZG, for your great commentary. Let's get hyped for Bard's Tale. Is it possible for the Bard to be named a mod?"
It is possible for the bard to be named a mod. So I'll just dance to this.
And
this is actually one of the tunes that your bard can play.
looks like chat does want a mod as the Bard.
Mm-hmm.
And Salami Power will be the rogue.
Got it.
Derp will be the other one.
The spellcaster. Volume 1, Tales of the Unknown. The Legend of Scarabray. Long ago in the land of Caith, when magic still prevailed, the evil wizard Mangar the Dark threatened a small but harmonious town called Scarabray. Overnight, all of the town's militiamen disappeared, and Mangar froze the surrounding countryside with a spell of eternal winter, totally isolating it from any possible help. As evil creatures oozed into the sewers to join Mangar's shadow crusade, the future of Scarabray hung in the balance, and who was left to resist? Only a handful of unproven young warriors, some junior magic users, a couple of bards barely old enough to drink, and a few out-of-work rogues. You, meaning me, are the leader of this ragtag group of freedom fighters. Luckily, you have a bard with you to sing your glories, if you survive, for this is the stuff of legends. And thus, the story begins. And then it gives you some how to play game stuff. So the first thing we're going to do is delete the pre-made party. We're going to create 3 new team members. We're going to start with Ahmad the Bard.
And it looks like
Will be male.
Felinix is to be the rogue.
Okay, so we'll start with the Bard. A dwarf Bard. What I'm looking for is a high constitution, which is why I chose a dwarf. The highest constitution is half-orc, but half-orcs are not allowed to be bards. I want 17 constitution and a good chunk of hit points. 20 is not a good chunk.
The RNG of dice rolls.
Yes, this is why I don't start the timer until after I have a created party. And it looks like it's rolling 3d6, which our D&D friends will be familiar with. It's not actually, it's rolling an 8-sided die for each of those and adding a base to it. Constitution of 17, and as a nice bonus, a strength of 18. That is a fantastic bard. This will be Ahmad, the Bard.
Not to be confused with a mod. This is a mod.
Ahmad. Okay, good. There, I can see what I'm doing now. We need to add... Oh, mod is already in the party. We can create a new party member. We have Linux the Rogue. So we'll add a Hobbit Rogue. Dexterity of 18 is brilliant. Hit points of 15 is terrible. So we're not going to do that. So again, we want that 18. There we go. That's a fine compromise. Linux. And Derp, the spellcaster. We use a female. Normally I would take gnome, but I've switched lately to doing elves. Conjurer, so all of these are fighter types. Conjurer and magician are the spellcasters. I'll explain the big difference between the bunch. I'm looking for 16 in intelligence and dexterity. I can compromise a bit if I've got good hit points and spell points. That's not good spell points. That's acceptable. I'd rather a lot more spell points, but I'll take it in the interest of not standing here all night and rolling for points. Okay, so I will start the timer the minute I do something actually functional, which in this case is removing a mod and dirt from the party. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1, let's roll. All right, Philinix is going out on his own. We do not need an overview of the controls. What we're going to do is come down here. We're going to look at this statue, and we're going to break it. So we're going to use the Hide in Shadows skill, which allows Philinix to jump out and critically hit the statue. Critical hit in this game is an instant kill. Doesn't matter what you're critically hitting or how much damage you do. A critical hit is an instant kill. And because I'm not playing on Legacy mode, these are story encounters. Once I break them, they stay broke. Okay, this is why we autosave. See? Kicks at a stone giant, critically hits for 3 points of damage, killing him. Critical hit is an instant kill, and this also will have the nice effect of putting Philinix at a very high level for the start of the game. Oh. Hide. Nope. You all can see that the dragon is 20 feet away as well. We would have to advance closer if we're going to fight hand-to-hand. Hiding in the shadows also moves the rogue forward 20 feet, or 10 feet. There we go. So I can attack up to 20 feet away. Boom. 1 point of damage, killing it.
Dragons. The fun police.
This is not Dragon Warrior Randomizer, I'm afraid. Oops. We'll leave that alone because I want to save before I attack it. No. Here we go. And then one more Ogre Lord over here. We do not need to deal with 3 magicians, thank you. I've been getting actually pretty decent 50-50 rolls there. All the way down here. And these statues will not come back. I just want the experience from this one. Don't actually care if it kills me at this point, so...
Man.
And we're going to take a death warp here. Alas, your party has expired and gone to adventure heaven. I love this. Sorry, bud. Okay, so we're going to reform the party. Linux is dead. We will go over here, and we will go to this temple here. Temple of Thieves, no charge to guild members. Well, Philinix happens to be a rogue, so that's free. We've got arrows and plate armor. They're not particularly useful. We're going to go over here. We're going to sell those. And we're going to purchase... what do you like? Flute, harp, or mandolin?
Oh, I gotta say the mandolin.
Mandolin. Mandolin it is. All right. So, you might notice there's no music. We can get music. We just have to play it ourselves. We're going to play the Butterkiln Fest. We're going to put Linux back in front. And this is the review board. They assess us for new levels. Good. I'm going to save scum levels. I'm looking for high levels of the disarm and hide in shadows. That's not high enough. The dexterity bonus is important here. I'm not sure the exact numbers, but the higher dexterity means I can get better stats on those. There we go. We'll take that. Nope.
Is this a good time to plug Child's Play?
Absolutely. Save scumming is just part of the deal right now.
Wonderful.
So
Everybody, we are here at Pixels for People, helping to fund for Child's Charity, a company that, or charity that, I can speak, really, I can't. A
that's all
charity
right.
that brings games and industry to children that are on hospital beds 24/7. They need to play, they need to have the fun, they can't go outside, so the games are there to help them. They've crossed 190 hospitals worldwide. If you donate, you're helping these children out. We have prizes. We have all sorts of things that are on the prize list. I'm trying to open it up, but my browser does not want to do that for some reason. Go back to the game while I do this.
It's okay. I'm just purchasing my stuff, equipping my dudes here. All right, because now we got some grind. So while you do that, I'm going to keep playing. Oh, the Bodder Kiln Fest, the music you're hearing. It will restore the bard's hit points while we're outside combat. We're going to have a mod buy a drink, ginger ale, so the girls in the tavern will laugh. So the deal is, the Bodder Kiln Fest will recover hit points for a mod in real time outside of combat, and in combat, we'll recover 1 hit point per battle round. This game is divided into rounds. We're just going to grind here.
Okay. We have the prizes of the Turtles Collection, for $5 in total donations. That is the Cowabunga Collection. I'm not sure if that's on Steam only or if it's on Switch or something, because it just tells me that it's Cowabunga Collection. We also have the Castlevania Bundle. It's at $10 in total donation. That means if you send $1 now and $9 later, it'll collect together. That would be the Anniversary Collection and Advanced Collection of Castlevania. And for $20 in total donations, we have the Mega Man Bundle. That would include Mega Man Legacy Collection, Mega Man Legacy Collection 2, Mega Man X Legacy Collection, Mega Man X Legacy Collection 2, Mega Man Zero ZX Legacy Collection, and Mega Man 11. That is a huge amount of games for $20. Come on, guys, we got great prizes this stream.
That's fantastic. Hey, you can see the little up arrow beside Derp's name. That means that Derp is ready to level up. Ahmad is also ready to level up. We'll go claim those. Alright. Derp, 5 spell points and 1 strength. We're not taking that. They're not taking that. Definitely not. We need intelligence and dexterity. So there's 5 stats. We've gone through the other 3.
Okay, and Carter has told us that all prizes are for Steam. Thank you, Carter.
Good to know. Hey, come on. Yam, come on. It's a 40% chance, right? And so, there we go. There's a point of intelligence. I'll take that, even though it was a low spell point count. And we'll take that for a mod.
So not only is your dice rolls for starting random, your level ups are random too?
Oh, yeah. And you know what? It wouldn't be such a big deal, except, of course, I'm speedrunning, which means I'm definitely going into the end of the game with very low levels, which means I want to get as good points on those few levels I do get as possible. Yeah, combat takes place in rounds. Everything outside combat takes place in real time. If I were to stand around outside, I would actually eventually get attacked. The game doesn't roll for random encounters on every step, but rather every so often on the clock. What that means is that I can force it to roll for random encounters by going in and out of these doors. Which is why I do this grind here. And every so often just duck in, spend a little bit of money, and heal my party. The story of Bard's Tale speedrunning is basically going from grind to grind to grind. So we work on one grind, and then we move on to the next grind, and then we move on to the next grind, and then we move on to the next grind, and then all of a sudden we win the game.
I remember a time when it was grab the rainbow dragon and just destroy everything.
That is the third game, and I haven't run that in quite a while. But yeah, that's neat because you get to show off that boss enemies are not immune to charm and instant death effects, so that's kind of cool. Ahmad, 7 hit points is not enough. I gave you all those constitution points. 5 hit points is not enough. I gave you all that constitution, Ahmad. I rolled some... Okay, we'll deal with 10. No, don't want constitution. Intelligence or dexterity. There we go. All right. Spell acquiring. Derp gets level 2 spells. It costs me money. There we go. So, there are 4 classes of spellcaster: Conjurer, Magician, Sorcerer, and Wizard. Each of them has 7 levels of spells. Every odd level, you get a new level of spells. But you have to pay for them. So, at level 3, I get 2nd level spells. At level 5, I'll get 3rd level spells. When you reach... Oops, I tried to run and it didn't let me. If you fail a run, it just starts a normal round of combat, which is pretty awesome. Lamp is nice. If you want to change your spellcaster's class, they need at least 3 levels of spells in their current class. Get rid of those gnomes, thank you. So that means they need to be at least level 5. And then... brain work need to be at least level 5. Oh, yes. And depending on the class they want to go to, you cannot start as a sorcerer, and you can't go to wizard until you've had at least 2 other classes that you've been through. In the second game, there's the archmage, and you need to have been in all 4 classes to do that one. Linux is ready for another level. That's pretty good.
So in this game, your armor class, is it better to have it higher or in the negatives like some other games?
Oh, we're dealing with ancient D&D rules. Low armor class is better. So, Linux and Ahmad are equipped with actual armor as opposed to, some heavy robes, and have some bonus for dexterity. Derp doesn't have those things, so...
Well, I mean, it's derp.
Mm-hmm. Derp is going to be key to win. Well, Derp and Phalinix are going to be key to winning this. I have thought many times about how to do this with even fewer members, because fewer team members means more experience per fight, which means, of course, you level up faster. And we're going grind to grind to grind. Okay, what are we looking for? We're looking for 5,000 experience. So, where are we at now? 36, okay. 37. But I just can't get rid of any of these characters. 38. 39. We need someone who can wield a crystal sword, and in this case, rather than putting a fighter type in, a bard is better. 40. Oh. Yes. 41. Come on. 42. 2 skeletons. And we need a thief to do things at low levels. 42, 61. Because that Hide in Shadows ability and the fact that even the final boss of the game is not immune to instant kill effects.
No.
Hide in Shadows, the Hide in Shadows ability as it is used in the trilogy was originally only part of the 3rd game. They brought it back for the first 2 games when they made the trilogy happen. So you get a bunch of things in this and the second game which weren't really meant to be dealt with the way I'm going to deal with them. That being said, there is also the fighter type called a Hunter, and the Hunter gets critical hit abilities as part of their class features, so you could absolutely have critically hit some of these big bosses, regardless of the fact that you didn't have the Hide in Shadows skill. There we go. We've got enough experience now to get to level 5. Level 5 represents a big break in our... well, it represents the next big stage in our grind, because we get a spell that affects all targets. Or all targets in one group. Tough to give up the 7 points, but I want that dexterity. That dexterity up. Yeah. Thank you. Even with 4 points, to take it.
So what does dexterity affect in this game?
Dexterity affects armor class, it affects thief skills that level up, and it affects how quickly you go in combat. It affects initiative.
So yeah, dexterity is pretty important.
Yeah. And especially when I'm going to go fight things... oh yeah, I better get those spells. There's the one I want, War Strike. That deals damage to a group of enemies. We're now going to enter into the danger zone here. We're going to head over here, where we will talk to a fellow by the name of Roscoe. Roscoe runs Roscoe's Energy Emporium. Roscoe sells magic points. You might have also noticed Derp's magic points going up over time. Standing out in the sun heals magic points. Don't need to fight those. So we're going to head over here. This is where the samurai statue was. We'll go through this gate. And in here, we'll go order a drink. We'll order some wine. This is the only place that sells wine. He tells us to go down the cellar and pick out our own bottle. Cellar is dark, so we'll use a torch. We're going to go over here. Through this door is a fight. I'll just ignore it.
Mike, one moment.
And then
We
there's-
lost audio on you.
You've lost my audio? Oh, no. What's not... Oh, yeah. Nothing's coming through here. Well, yeah, there's nothing on... I've got audio running here. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah, you got me? I've got you. How am I coming through on stream?
According to chat, you are. And yes, you are on my stream.
Fantastic. All right. So, we've got 6 spiders here. There's always 6 spiders here. We'll attack them, but we will cast War Strike, and then they will die. And this is why it was so important on the disarm. 100% chance of disarming the trap. Mithril Shield. Fantastic. Great start. Boom. Mithril Shield. Thank you. We just go up these stairs and back down. And because I'm not playing on Legacy mode, there are a lot of these fights that will not respawn. But this one does. An unidentified weapon. That could be a number of very useful things.
So, in a bard's tale, do we actually need the bard?
Yes. With a lot of caveats in that. There is a puzzle in this game that requires a bard to solve. However, we can also just teleport past it. So it's like, it's supposed to be a puzzle that blocks the way, and you can't actually continue on unless you have a bard. But like I said, I can just teleport past it. It's not actually in the way. So there's that. In the second game, you do need a bard to complete the first puzzle, or the first dungeon. It's required. You need a bard to open the stairs to go down to the second floor. Though again, oops, I don't have the magic points to continue on. I'll have to go back. That's fine. Though again, you could teleport past it. And also, oh, a hobgoblin decided to join me. That's cool. The A button, I was using it to turn, and when that message came up, A button was also allow it to join. Anyway, in the second game, there is the starter dungeon, literally called the starter dungeon, where you can take that 7 spell points. Where you need a bard to get down to the second floor. You can teleport past that, but also, if you're doing the full trilogy speedrun and just carrying your characters forward, you don't actually have to do that first dungeon. In the third game, there is a puzzle that can only be solved by a bard. So if you're doing the whole trilogy, you do require a bard. I could use any other fighter type, any fighter type who can use a crystal sword in this game. So that would be anyone but a monk. I could do it with a warrior. I could do it with a warrior, hunter, paladin. So there's a bunch of fighter types. They're not really well differentiated, unfortunately. Other than monks, which get a big armor class bonus at levels, and like just straight up actual armor class bonus, not dexterity bonus, and can do a ton of damage with their bare fists, eventually more than they could do with any weapon. But even then, that's not all that important because you've got things that can do critical hits and wear better armor and have better magic defense and things like that. So, you know, if you're going to use a fighter class, the hunter is by far superior by the end of the game. Simply because they have that critical hit ability. Though, again, that's not the be-all and end-all, because there are weapons that a fighter can use that do critical hits on their own. So, your fighter, paladin, or warrior, paladin, and hunter are, by the end of the game, not all that differentiated, which is really a bit unfortunate. The monks are different, but not different enough to be worth using. And then you've got rogues and bards who have special abilities that you want them for. Rogues specifically, the hide in shadows skill and opening treasure chests without chance of triggering traps. And bards for their songs, and the fact that this is the Bard's Tale, and there are some puzzles that require a bard. Bard songs are actually pretty awesome. There's 6 of them in this game, I think 6 in each game, and a couple of extra ones in the last game that you can buy. Oh, no. Don't need to fight that. So this one that does continual healing is pretty great. But they're all generally good. So yeah, and other real-time elements, the game has a day-night cycle. Where I bought all the equipment, Garth's here. It's only a spear, alright. Probably sell everything. Yep, that's all sales. Keep the lamp. Garth's is closed at night, as is the review board. And the monsters in town... Ooh, there's a 20, thank you. The monsters in town get more difficult at night. Like, you'll get harder groups. Must be pretty close to level. Yeah, let's just stand around here and take a level. Then... Bad dogs. Boom.
No.
Then I can send Derp into the dungeon by herself. Now we have 4th level spells. And 4th level spells... Yeah, I'll take that 7. Gives us Elix Instant Wolf. So we can summon some wolves. They are good puppers. We'll be seeing a lot of them. And again, with fewer characters in the party, we don't have to split the experience. Summoned creatures don't get experience. So we're going to have all these good puppers. Very good boys. And we're going to go kill some spiders.
I see your wolves also get random stats.
They do. Not a whole lot of deviation for wolves, but with some of the bigger things, you can get like a demon lord that has 30 or a demon lord that has like 300, and it's you know.
Sounds like more.
Sometimes you just keep summoning until you get the right one. Yeah. What we're eventually looking for is level 13 to get those 7th level spells, because the 7th level spells provide us with 2 massive boons in this game. The first is the Apport Arcane spell, which is our teleport, which will take us past a lot of the game. I have to use 2 magic points now to open a treasure chest for the Trap Sap spell. So... the other big spell at level 7 is a spell that was not originally in this game, but started in the second game, which is Elix Instant Slayer. And Slayers are summoned creatures that have an armor class of -15, which pretty much nothing in this game can actually touch. Until you get to the late game. But nothing that most things in this game can't actually touch. And they have a critical hit skill. Like, doesn't matter what they hit, they kill it. It's great. They're fantastic. Everyone should have one. No, we've got magic points left. Now it takes me 7 magic points to every fight because I need to use the Trap Zap spell to open the chest. Trap Zap is a first level conjurer spell. It opens treasure chests without risk of setting off a trap. And it dispels traps on the dungeon maps too, which is handy. Because traps can be real bad. There's my last point of intelligence. Good. Head through the Grand Plaza. Those are all temples. Here's Roscoe's. One of the lovely little jokes, like this is the temple of great gods. Over here we've got the temple of greater gods. And over here there's the temple of the greatest gods. So this is the temple of the mad god. We'll be going there a fair bit later.
Is there a temple of the greater god?
No, that's just great gods, or greater gods, and greatest gods. And then there's the Thieves' Temple there. There's a couple other temples around town. Sure, order some wine.
Hey, I thought we were supposed to be drinking ginger ale.
Well, they don't tell us to go down and pick out our own ginger ale.
Ah.
Oh, I tried to run and didn't let me, so we will defend and we lose a bunch of wolves. Tried to run again. We're going to reload and hope I saved recently. Yes, I did, right before I went into that fight, in fact. This is why you save often. This is why, like, the legacy option of save only at the Adventurers Guild makes things real rough for a speedrun. Originally, of course, you could only save at the Adventurers Guild, and that's fine. In the first 2 games, the second game has 6 Adventurers Guilds, but you could only save in one of them. In the third game, it actually had a save anywhere feature.
I do hope I got your Twitch name correct on there.
It's organMike. Yep. ORGANMIKE.
Awesome.
And if you follow me on Twitch, I do this once in a while. I also play the organ, actual organ with pipes. I have plans to do other things, but of course I also have like a 5-year-old kid and a music career and a bunch of other stuff going on in my life. So I have all these wonderful plans. They don't often actually come true, but I have them.
Oh,
it's good to have plans. Yeah, basically. A bard like any other. Still 4,000 more, 3,500 points. Yeah, we'll just go see Roscoe. Recover a couple magic points on the way.
I see one of your wolves is dead. Do you resurrect it, or do you just resummon it?
Oh, I would just kick it out and resummon it. I could resurrect it. I could take it to a temple and raise it. It's a lot of money for a wolf. They're not real. They're spectral, right? They're summoned. So you're not actually... It's not actually terrible. I'm sure it doesn't even smell funny. One of the differences in the Legacy game, in the original, was that you didn't actually have special characters join your party. They stood at the front. There were only 6 character spaces. And the... oh, now I've got 2 dead wolves. There were 6 character spaces, and anything you summoned went in the special slot at the front. And it was only the special slot and characters 1, 2, and 3 that could be attacked in hand-to-hand combat. This setup was started for the second game, with 7 characters summoned that also share the character slots, or with 7 characters you could create with summoned monsters also sharing the character slots. There, that I think was a sensible sentence.
I don't know. I
there we go.
Myself.
Way. I could have taken one Hobgoblin easy. It's the level I want, though, to get those 5th level spells. This gives me Shock Sphere, which is hard to say.
Zing will telling us that no wolves were harmed during the making of this speed run.
Like, no real ones, they're just summons. Now with Shock Sphere, I can go and take on some bigger monsters. So we'll head down. We'll head over to the Temple of the Mad God. Over here. We'll speak to him. We'll say the name of the Mad God, which is a piece of information you actually find in the sewers. And we will go and take on some monsters in the catacombs. We've got Shock Sphere. There we go. Now we're getting, instead of 900 experience, which is what I was getting from the spiders, I can get 9,000.
1-0 doesn't make that much of a difference.
It took me 2 fights and I didn't have to leave before I got a level up ready.
However,
Perhaps that
1-0 does make a big difference for Child's Play charity.
it sure does.
So come on, folks, let's get those donations in there. But please, again, don't hurt your own pocketbook for it.
Here's 45 zombies.
Now, do each of those zombies have $1 for us?
If each of those zombies had $1, that would be like almost $40.
Maybe it'd be $1 hype train. Choo-choo.
That could be. Here's 66 skeletons. This is why I want high dexterity, so that my wolves survive these fights. Oh, a Bard Sword. Bard Sword is a big deal, because the Bard has limited song capacity. A Bard can only sing 1 song per level before their voice dries up, and they have to go drink, which is why taverns exist. The Light Wand is also super useful. We're going to equip that right now so I don't drop it accidentally. So that's why we went and had the ginger ale earlier. So at level 1, a bard can only sing 1 song before they have to go and have a drink. At level 2, they can sing 2 songs before they have to go and get a drink. And the songs not only have very useful... Oh, we're at nighttime, so I can't go level up now. The songs not only have very useful out-of-combat impact, but also very useful in-combat impact if you sing them in combat, and they can stack. If at night you enter the Adventurers Guild and return to the city, it immediately becomes daytime. It's a nice little thing so you don't have to wait around half an hour. Whoops. Actually want to buy my spells. And we're almost at our level 13. So the Bard Sword, when equipped on a Bard, means that they don't actually have to deal with that limitation. They can sing as many songs as they like. And just keep singing. It actually turns them into a very powerful buff machine. Traps out. Cool. Start with the skeletons. What's here? An ogre figurine. If I wanted to summon an ogre, I could. I also have Elix Instant Ogre. It costs a little bit more, but the purpose of these things is just to stand in the front of the party and take hits. So there's no point in casting anything that's more powerful than a wolf. Oops. Several of those survived. That's one. Lax Liar. There we go. There's our level. Level 13. Now, if I wanted, I could keep leveling up. You can go up to, I think, 99 is the cap. But at this point, every level, it took us 115,000 experience to get to level 13. Every level from this point forward is 113,000 or 115,000 experience. So it's not really worth it when I can change my class and start again. So Sorcerer. Now I'm a level 1 Sorcerer. But the catch is, as a level 1 Sorcerer... Oh, I need to pick the wolves out. They were very good boys. They earned their rest. We're going to cast some Instant Slayers. Well, we only need 4. Get spell points back. And we're going to go into the catacombs. We're going to cast Apport Arcane. You might see me type in these 4-letter codes once in a while. We go north 8, east 11, and up -1. to the second floor. There are stairs down going to the third floor, and you'll see Mr. Angry Skull here. He'll tell us area curses are detected. We cannot use Apport Arcane to target this place, and we cannot use Phase Door here. Phase Door makes a wall disappear. Shock Sphere. And we'll just let the Slayers do the rest of the work. Shield, nice.
Wow.
This is where I would grind, these 36 ghouls, if I were not in Legacy mode. Or if I were in Legacy mode, rather. Mace. Don't need the stairs. Need to make sure I don't get beat up here. I warned you. I warned you guys. I tried to run away. You wouldn't let me. 69 whites. Nice. And just let the Slayers do the rest of the work. Mithril bracers, some actual equipment. Do you equip identified arrows not useful? Yeah, Bard Sword and Lax Lyre, yeah. Alright, how many magic points I got? I gotta keep an eye on that because I want to go and get the eye. Let's do that first. The eye is what we're here for. The bottom of the catacombs, we will find the Witch King Eldrick, who has been revived as a specter. We got teleported, so we've lost our map. That's not a big deal. I know where we're going. Run away, thank you. There is a spell that recenters your map, but it's a magician spell, and I haven't taken any levels in magician yet. The neat thing about the spell, it's called Scry Sight. It even works in anti-magic areas. So they threw you that bone. You can always figure out where you are relative to the entrance. And we'll get teleported again. This is some anti-magic squares. If I had any spells up, they would disappear. This is darkness. It will make my oops, hello. At the wall. The neat thing about having the particle effects for spells is it lights up the darkness, which is definitely not a thing that happened in the original. Off the wall, through the door. These would be traps that I'm walking on now. And through this door is Eldrick, now a creature of darkness. Mortal men, I will drink of your souls, he hisses. Death itself in the form of one specter. Again, Slayers are not supposed to be in this game, so that's the end of that fight. And we get the eye, a glowing jeweled eye. This is important. We'll go teleported back to the stairs. No, I'm not going to take them. I'm going to use my light wand again. Which way am I facing? Okay, there we go. We're going to... You know what? No, I don't. I don't have the magic points to it. We'll go back. This is my map. This is the journal. I can use Apport Arcane from here and just click on where I want to go. Right there. That obviously is not a thing that happened in the original. That's definitely a new thing. Okay, get some levels here. In Sorcerer class now, I'm looking for 5th level spells. So it should be level 11 or level 13, even better. Buy all 11 spells. And we class change into Wizard, which is... Wizards are demonologists. Wizards are necromancers. We're going to reclaim our party now. Get our guys back.
So no more Slayer music, huh?
No more Slayer music, no. Oh, wait. I want the Rogue, Bard, Wizard. That's the order I want. We are going to use a Bard song. We are going to use the Bard song Traveler's Tune, which lowers our armor class. We're going to equip a mod with the Bard sword, and the eye so that I don't accidentally drop it, and the Lax Lyre, which will change the sound font to the... Lennox can equip Mithril Bracers, and Mithril Shield, and a Mithril Mace. And we can go and sell a bunch of stuff. Great, we'll go get our magic points back. And we'll go pay a visit to Baron Harkin. Score our spell points. Yes, thank you. Baron Harkins over here. He had 4 statues hanging around his place. I broke them already. But yes, we go in. His sign threatens trespassers with death. There's my light wand. So the first thing I'm going to do is cast Apport Arcane, -3 east. There's a crystal sword. We'll need that later. +3 east and -3 north. This takes us to stairs. And again, Mr. Angry Skull is there telling us that we can't actually Apport Arcane to this floor. Oh, the 4-letter codes. I mentioned them and then didn't follow up because I got attacked or something. I tried to run away from that. I don't think I'm going to survive this. Let's see. Good. Okay, got away. The 4-letter codes, that used to be how... That was the copy protection. All of them have... all of the spells have 4-letter codes that you put in. That was how you cast the spells before you had an actual, list. Smoke in my eyes. It reduces the amount of sight. Here we go. A wizened man appears before you. Have you come to answer my riddle? He's even captioned as, yeah, a wizened man. Answer this riddle to pass. Once man alive, now living death, it drinketh blood and stealeth breath. That's a vampire. That's a vampire. Yep. And we get teleported over here. And there's a silver square. We're going to need that. Now from here, we Apport Arcane. North 5, East 11, and up 1. We can Apport Arcane to the 3rd floor, but not to the 2nd. Don't ask me why. I don't know. I didn't design Baron Harkin's domain. So there's a sign here that says the barracks. Official robes are required. We could go down to the 1st floor and fight a few guards to get some of those robes, or we could kick through this door. The legions of Baron Harkin stand before you, recognizing you as intruders. Death to them, they scream. Intruder alert. So we've got a room full of 99 berserkers, 99 berserkers, 99 berserkers, and also 99 berserkers. We're going to fight them. To hide in the shadows. Use a bard song of Seeker's Ballad, which will make the Slayers more likely to hit. And we have this lovely little spell we picked up, Mangar's Mindblade. It's the only spell in the game that affects more than one unit. So it's going to hit those 99 berserkers and also the 99 berserkers and also the 99 berserkers and also the 99 berserkers. For those of you with headphones on, I'll warn you, this can be noisy. It sounds something like a machine gun going off. So you may want to turn your headphones down. I hope I've got the levels right. If not, it'll be loud. Here we go! This is the only break I get in the game.
That is a very fast...
It is. We don't need to attack. We'll throw some Falcontine's Fury, and we'll cast another Mind Blade.
Well, while we're dealing with all this nice machine gunning, please remember that we are here for Child's Play charity. If you have any amount of money that you can donate to this charity, please do so if you are able to. If not, please spread the word and get people here to inform them about this charity. The Pixels for People is hopefully a yearly thing now, Carter, or is it just going to be for these 2 years?
Anyway, that's the fight. We get a bunch of experience for it, which is why we do it. And I should memorize how far we actually have to go, but I walk over to this corner, and I'm going to Apport Arcane -2 north. Oh, I should save before I do that, because this fight can sometimes do nasty things to me. A gold statue of a 15-foot-tall warrior stands before you. Will you approach it? An eye levitates from the party and goes into the statue's empty eye socket, right there. The statue comes to life! I hunger. I love this caption. The walls shake as the statue stands suddenly, flinging marble everywhere. Gaze at the awesomeness of one mad god. But again, Slayers weren't meant to be in this game, so that's that. We get teleported. We wind up over here in this corner. So again, if you take a look at the map, these are iron gates that we would not be able to go through. They're locked. So it's the only way to get here. This is Kiliaran's Amber Tower. This is... Oh, I should actually change my song. So we'll change it to the Seeker's Ballad, so it gives me light. This is the teleporter we want. Get light back here. The song continues even through darkness. I step here. I'm standing on a spinner, so if I were to try and turn, I would end up facing a random direction. But I know I'm facing west now, so I'll just step off it. We'll go this way. And I know the answer to this question. And I'll go through this door. It's dark. I turn this way. I'm going to cast my magic compass so I don't lose track where I'm going. Turn around and turn south. You can see which way I'm facing if you look just above the Slayers. I know the answer to this. Go south there. And then we're going to kick our way through the door here. Interestingly, of course, if you played this on the Commodore 64 or the Apple II, you didn't actually have arrow keys. And WADs had not become the standard yet. So what they used was IJKL. We go north one.
I actually do
west.
remember that.
Yeah. And north to the door. And K wasn't turn around. K was kick. It allowed you to go through doors and secret doors. So I don't know why you would ever go forward without using the kick command, but you know you could. And we're through the dark spot. Hey, we're not going to run away. We will lose that fight. The green dragons will burn us. That's why I save.
See, there are.
All right, through this door. Sorry?
There are fun police.
Oh yes. So through this door is the golem. We're going to change our song to the Wayland's Watch. Makes them do less damage in combat. The Crystal Golem. A sudden scream of battle brings your party to the halt. You face one Crystal Golem. The Crystal Golem, for some reason, is programmed to always drop an item. So it's worth doing a little bit of grind here. And the Slayers, of course, you know, kill it instantly. Because they weren't supposed to be in this game. Now, the downside is it's costing me 2 magic points every time I do this. Okay, and that's the end. Okay, so we're back outside the door where we came into there. We're going to kick the Slayers out. We're going to try and identify some of the unidentified armor and weapon.
Somehow,
Adamant dagger. Yeah, oh yeah, the Crystal Golem goes first is the problem. It's fast.
Ooh.
Okay, so we're going to summon up some easily killed Wind Wolves. They're the cheapest summon we can get. They're illusions. Sorcerers are illusionists. So we've got a ton of levels in Sorcerer. Illusions, if the enemy disbelieves in them, are instantly killed. Oh, I forgot. I need to switch the weapon to the crystal sword.
Once again, no wolves or any animals were harmed during making this video game.
These are illusions. They're not real. So we're going to hide in shadows. We're going to buff the bard. This is the plan. Buff the bard. We're going to use our buff spells, battle skill. You can tell it's not real because when an illusion gets killed, it just leaves. It doesn't hang around. We're going to use Falcontine's Fury. We're going to use Wrath of Valhalla. Elanix, get out of the line of fire, please. And we're going to use the Traveler's Tune. We're going to use Kiliaran's Invisibility spell. Okay, good. Defend. We're going to use a Bothered Kiln Fest to just help keep hit points up. And we're going to cast... We've done pretty much everything we need to do there. Alright, attack. Put a targeting dummy up. Attack. Ahmad swings. Attack. Another targeting dummy, please. Ahmad got killed. Alright. This is not the time we want Ahmad to get killed.
I mean, it's standard fare for a mod.
Traveler's Tune. Try again. This is why we save. Skill. Ahmad.
Did you save before putting on your crystal sword?
I did. Thank you. I can equip from combat.
Ah.
Skill buff. Targeting dummy, please. Targeting dummies, unfortunately, can't be cast from outside combat, but they do represent an enemy that doesn't attack, or a summon that doesn't attack. I don't want the Crystal Golem to get killed before a mod has a chance to beat it up. The game requires that a mod hit that the Crystal Sword be the killing blow. Oh, there we go. That's what all the buffing did. Hits for 125 points of damage, killing it. There we go. A pure shield, not particularly useful, but there it is. Switch back to the Bard Sword, switch my song back to the Seeker's Ballad, and hope we don't get hammered too badly going through this very big winding path. So if you explore that darkened area where I got the silver triangle, you will find a statement in the corner where it says, "Beware the sting at the end south of the serpent's tail." So this is kind of a serpentine passage. Kind of windy. And we're facing south, and then west, to south, and then east. So this is the south. This is the sting. There is no way out. It's a trap. The door is gone. If you hang out long enough, eventually it reappears. But you'll need to heal your party several times to stay alive there. I go around a couple spinners here. We go through this door and get teleported here. And this is our final ascent to see Kiliaran. I don't know if you actually pronounce it Kiliaran. That's just what it looks like to me. And through this door. Kiliaran, oh, perseverant ones. I love that, perseverant. As in, we are people who persevere. He's not an enemy. I pass my tests and continue on the true quest, the source of evil in Skarbray, Mangar the Dark, my nemesis. His tower's in the opposite corner, can only be entered by use of an Onyx key, and he gives me the Onyx key. And we teleport out. Yeah, we'll take the stairs down. Need to go up. I will recall the illusionary wolf. We will remove from the party. We're going to get some levels. You'll notice that Derp stopped getting a bonus stat. That's because all of Derp's stats have hit 18. They've got nowhere to go. And there we go. We have 6 levels of Wizard, and we're going to switch to Magician. There is a 7th level of Wizard, but we don't need it. All it is a great big summoning spell. Oh, instant Slayers, please.
So the great big summoning spell would be Kingslayer.
No, unfortunately, it's what is it called? Prime Summoning? No, Prime Summoning is... It's like Greater Summoning, whatever. It can summon really powerful demons. Demon Lords and... Greater Demons and Demon Lords. Demon Lords have a critical hit, breathe fire, and summon other Demon Lords. So they're kind of cool. But we don't need them. Slayers serve the purpose. And getting that last level of Wizard requires a lot of experience. Okay, so we're back here, where we ordered wine. Go down to the pick out your own. Yeah. There's a whole big 3-level dungeon under this in the sewers. We're just going to teleport to the end of it. -6, -5, and -3. Boom. There are stairs here which go a long way up. And now we're in this this lower corner here. We're down here. There's a gate here and a gate here we can't cross through. We can cross one way through. This is where the Ogre Lords were that I beat at the beginning. Alright, this is Mangar's Tower. If we didn't have the Onyx key, we wouldn't be able to see these stairs. Up we go. But I don't really feel like doing this tower entirely, so we're going to start with an Apport Arcane, and it is... Actually, we're going to stop that. We're going to make sure I get it right. It is -7 and +4 and +1. Two shape yours, one's around, speak the shape and final found. Well, that's a circle. We've got a square, a triangle, and a circle. Now, if you are familiar with a small, a little independent gaming company called Electronic Arts, they were the publisher of this game in the 80s, before they became evil. Their logo back then was a square, a circle, and a triangle. Silver square, circle, and triangle, in fact. So that's kind of neat. We are going to go this way. We're going to keep going this way until we get teleported. It says darkness twice. That means we got teleported. And turn around. We're going to do 2 trap zaps. We're going to step here. We're on a spinner now. It faced us south very conveniently. That's where I want to go. Speak the 7 of the one god in sequence. I know what they are. Lie with passion and be forever damned. Well done, O faithful one. The stairs have materialized. We're going to step back on the spinner. It's going to turn me the right way again. I'm going to walk until my compass disappears. Good. Turn to the left. Walk to the wall. Go through a door and not get killed. Thank you. Go through this door. Not get killed. That's better. Stairs going up. Yes. This is level 4. Welcome to Mangar's Crypt. Here is a place we can do a last-minute grind if we want. And I want to see... I'll do it once. If I were going on to the other games, I would be grinding for items here. Because this is where you can get the best stuff in the game. Titan figure and an identified figurine. You know what? Let's give it one more shot. Again, if I were playing on Legacy mode, I would not be able to do this. I'd have to go back and put in the 7 of the one god again. No. I defend and cast Reed. Repel Dead. Repel Dead is just... It's just a great spell. Death Ring, Dragon Figurine. A Death Ring isn't as impressive as it sounds, unfortunately. I'm going to cast a Locate Traps. There's a spinner in front of me. There, I got spun. I got spun again. I'm trying to face one direction, and it's pushing me in all sorts of other directions that I don't want to face. There we go. Get teleported here. We're going to cast Scry Sight to make sure I keep my map open. There's a trap here. That's why I cast Locate Traps. My light goes out here. That's fine. There's a spinner here, and it pointed me the right direction. How lovely of it. Walk down this hall. Music caused 2 sleeping dragons to continue slumbering. We would have 2 nasty dragons to fight there if we didn't have a bard. I don't actually need the Thor statue, but why not? We get teleported. We're going to Scry Sight again to make sure I got my map open. We're going to Trap Zap here. Walk up to here. There's a hidden door here. And then we get teleported to the weirdest square in the game. That square right there in front of me turns all the walls into doors and all the doors into walls. All through the floor. So, like, this is where we fought the ghouls, right? That's the door we came through. It's no longer a door. And then we just walk down here. We need to fly up through that portal, so we need a levitation spell. We get teleported. We'll Scry Sight again. We get hit here for no real apparent reason. Smoke in the eyes. Anti-magic. There's a fight of 5 storm giants here. We don't take them. There's a fight through here. We don't take that one either. We walk to the wall. We turn north. We get the possession trap. One of our characters is now possessed. It's Ahmad. That's fine. We're going to cast the Dispossess spell. That is a 3rd level wizard spell. If we don't have it, we're in real trouble. Uh-oh, Ahmad hit a Slayer. That's bad. Because now there's dissension in my ranks. So we need the party attacks statement. Slayer 3 got hit. I hope. There we go. That ends that. I'm going to cast another Slayer up. So if ever someone in your party... Yeah, we'll allow it to join. We'll take out that Slayer. There we go. That magician is very, very dead. If ever someone in your party hits an allied summon, it will turn on the party, and it will cause a fight. I know there's a trap there, so I'll zap it. We're on the final ascent now. There's a trap right in front of me. We step around that square, which has a forced fight on it. We don't go through any of these doors because they have forced fights. Go up to this wall. This door is fine. And there's a pool of burning liquid. What do you do with the pool of burning liquid? You dive in. And there goes that magician. Let's just get rid of him and resummon its Slayer. Alright. We get 4 specters here. We're just going to ignore them. This room's going to hurt us. Now, the other thing, that goes with EA, their motto in the 80s was, we see further. So, square, circle, and triangle. You see further. Passage has been granted. Alright. We're going to Trap Zap in front of us. We're going to run away from that fight. Step through here. And then we're going to through that door that you can see in front of me is where Mangar is sitting. We're going to go after him. We're going to use a Luclaren, which will increase our resistance to magic. And we're going to step into the fight. The evil Archmage of Scarabrae. Mangar glares at you with a deep hatred. Die, mortals, he screams. With a wave of his hands, a few of his close friends drop by. They don't look like a fun group. You face death itself in the form of 2 Demon Lords, 3 Vampire Lords, and Mangar at 50 feet. We're going to fight. We're going to hide in the shadows. Only an 88% chance. That's not great. We've got a Luclaren going. We're going to use a Wayland's Watch. We're going to cast a Farfo and try and push those Demon Lords away. Cool. All right. Okay, here we go. Hide in the shadows. Don't miss a hide check. Attack Mangar. So what's happening here? Oh, there we go. Reload. What's happening is the hide in shadows has absolute priority. It always goes first. And all of these monsters are faster than we are. So they always go ahead of the thief. Farfo, the Demon Lord. Yeah, that's pretty normal. But we got the Demon Lords away at least. What can I do? I can repel dead on the Vampire Lords. It didn't last. I gotta make a bunch of these rolls. Mangar is not immune to critical hits. And then we're done. Got confused. So we've successfully killed Mangar twice, but that doesn't end the fight. Farfo on the demons.
I mean, you'd figure that you kill the summoner, the summons go away.
Unfortunately, that's not how this works. And you know what? We are having some exceptionally bad luck. No, I don't want to repel dead on the Demon Lords. They're not undead. Hide. 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 Attack Mangar. Hide. Attack the Wraith. So the monsters take their turns and there's no target because Phoenix is off hiding. And then Phoenix jumps out and kills something. And there we go. We're not going to open that because we'll die. And your quest is fulfilled. The evil one is now defeated. The spell of winter will soon end. Here's a bunch of experience and some money. And time.
GG. 9 minutes early.
9 minutes early, wow. I'm surprised given the delay and the fact that last fight took a while. The delay for audio. Ah, there we are.
Yes, we are here.
That's a fun one. And again, if anyone wants to join me in this, as far as I know, I'm the only person who runs the trilogy. Either any individual games of it or any part of it. So I would love to have more runners on this. I would love to have people to talk with about this. I would love to have other people playing this with me. So if that's something that you think might interest you, this game is, I believe it's on Steam. I know it's on GOG because that's where I got it from GOG. And I would be happy to discuss this and teach you how to do what I do.
It is on Steam because I own it on Steam.
Oh, fantastic. Well, why don't you speedrun it with me then?
Arthritis.
Okay, fair enough. Right, well that's it, and I think I just closed out the night for you.
Yes, you did. I was just about to mention that. I appreciate you coming in and helping us out with this and helping out all of our staff. We have Carter Freak, Mannix, me. I don't have a full list here. I need a full list. I need words. But yes, we are all here at Pixels for People, working with Child's Play, not the horror show. Please, not the horror show. I love that movie, but
No.
They are helping children who don't have a great way to explore themselves in hospitals. So these games help out a lot. They're through 190 different hospitals through the world. Let's see if we can get them above 200 for that, folks. And
Good plan.
I believe Mannix is probably about to smack me here. Maybe not.
No smacking. Good plan.
Okay, so how are we going to shut this out, Mannix?